Hey everyone. Well, Thanksgiving's passed, and I know something every year. We're also thankful we have a big dinner, and then we go into Friday frenzy. Everyone's fighting everybody for the right gift and worried about are they going to be able to give this gift for that person, and did somebody else already get it for them, or whatever. It's just, it goes from basically being so thankful to almost in war at the mall. Or how many friends have you texted that go, oh, I can't do that today because I'm on cyber shopping day. That's not what Christmas is about. That's not what the holidays are about, people. It's about staying in that moment that we had at Thanksgiving table. And so today I brought in someone that can really help us all understand how to live this moment and how to enjoy this moment and how to be thankful for every breath that we take. Because to me, that is what not only is the holidays about, but life itself. Because we have a choice. We have in this moment to be positive and thankful and happy, or let the moment pass us by without even realizing it. Just so quit worrying about December 23rd, 24th, 25th. Let's get in the now. So with that said, I want to introduce you to my dear friend, and she reminds me constantly in the moment. So everyone, I want you to meet Diane Holmes.
Hi.
Hi, Diane.
Hi.
Thank you. Look at your smile. See what I mean, people? She's always smiling.
Always smiling. Yeah, that's me.
Well, you have a lot of reasons to smile.
I do.
I guess to start out with, we should just to lead people into what you've gone through. You used to have long hair.
I did. Yeah, I just came back in this color after one of my chemos.
So that gets us into just the beginning of your journey.
Yes, I was diagnosed with renal pelvis cancer, which is the part that holds your kidney in place. Even though it's considered bladder cancer, it's in the renal pelvis with kidney. So they had to take my kidney out in 2016. And
like the whole kidney?
The whole left kidney was gone.
Okay.
And then the next year I went in for my 1 year clean, and it was on the other side. So I went through one chemo, and I turned out to be allergic to it, and I rashed all over. Second one didn't work.
Yeah.
I had a couple more surgeries in between to try and get it out, and those didn't work. And then the chemo last summer was this one that made me sick as a dog, and where I lost my hair.
I do remember there was this moment where I wanted to go off Facebook. And so I sent a message out that I was going off Facebook, and you said, oh no, not now. I need a ton of jokes.
I need jokes, yes.
And it hit me so hard. Here I was in my own head worried about Facebook post, and I thought, no, she's right. Let's laugh.
Let's laugh about it, because if you don't laugh, you cry.
But one thing I've always noticed about you is you're always happy. And I'm like, she's gone through so much, because we just ended you at.
That's just a start.
Yeah, you're just getting warmed up.
Yeah, because then 2018, they said the other kidney has to go. And I'd be on dialysis the rest of my life. And I said, oh, no, I don't think so. So I went to the Mayo Clinic, and they agreed with the University of Michigan, yeah, the other kidney's got to go. So went and had that taken out, and it got botched up, and I got rushed back in for surgery again because there was 2.5 liters of blood in my gut.
Now, how long in between those?
Between that, an hour.
Really, you were allowed to leave?
No.
Oh no, you were still there.
I was still in recovery.
I was like going, wow.
I wasn't recovering. They didn't know why.
Oh.
And so then I died, and they took me back to surgery, and they found the 2.5 liters of blood in my gut, and they couldn't find out where it was coming from. And after an hour and a half, they were ready to just let me go. And then my doctor saw a little. I think I found it. So I died, but then I got alive again. It's really cool. So I'm alive.
Well,
and,
that's one thing I've noticed about you, because in all transparency, Diane and I have been friends for many years, so I knew what you were going through, but you were always just as fun. There was never like you never wanted this, oh. No, you're the same person. You stayed the same person. You've always been full of laughter, joy. You travel all over the world.
Yeah,
So that kind of
up
had
a little bit, yeah.
you know, you were constantly somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
And so your life kind of went to a halt.
Yeah.
And we're still not even done.
No, because I'm still dialysis every other day. Well, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm on dialysis. This past June of 19, the cancer was still there. So they said, the bladder's got to go. I'm like, okay. And they said, since you're female, the bladder's attached to your female organs, you're going to have a hysterectomy too. I said, okay. So they went in and they took all that out. And then the doctor says, you lost 10 pounds. I said, no, you took it all. I didn't lose anything. You just took it.
Yeah. Only you can find the joke in that.
Yeah, so I had a checkup in October and I was cancer free for the first time in 3.5 years.
Yeah.
And I went through all kinds of a whole day of testing, and next June I can go on the transplant list for a kidney, which would get me off dialysis, which means I can travel again. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
But what about the bladder? What?
They created a thing for me here, like a bag I would have to wear since I don't have a bladder.
So it's external.
Yeah, they said, well, if you want a transplant, you're going to have this bag. Do you really want to do that? And I says, well, my option is be on dialysis the rest of my life and die sooner.
I'm with you. I don't see where the choice really is.
I said, I'm 68 years old. I don't wear spandex. I'm good with this. Hey, bring it on.
Diane.
Yeah, so now I'm good. I'm good. They did screw up on my dialysis though one day, and I started bleeding, and then I got a bruise here because there's my bump. They missed the ventricular, but they got this one, and then they missed this one on Wednesday. So dialysis is a pain, literally. But if you don't get it, you're dead. That's the only thing keeping me alive.
That has to be done like clockwork.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to really watch your intake?
Yes, I'm limited on fluids. I'm not supposed, and potassium. I take a binders. I'm not sure what the real name is for it, but it's a binder. Pulls all the phosphates out of my food, because kidneys process your phosphates and your phosphorus, as well as your protein. And since I don't have kidneys, or not protein, I'm sorry, potassium. And since I don't have kidneys, I have to really be careful. And they take your blood once a month to make sure you're not, something's not really bad and you're doing okay.
So you can go on the donor list, so. And is there a long waiting period?
For transplant?
For transplants?
Well, if you want to go in Michigan, they said it's like between 3 and 5 years usually. If you wanted to go throughout the country, it might be sooner. Like if you went to the University of Toledo, which is not far from here.
No.
You'd have to be in a whole different list.
Can you multi-list?
Yes, but the thing is I have a cousin and a sister who want to get tested to be a donor for me. I have a scan coming up in February, and as soon as I get that clearance, then they'll go in and test. And hopefully one is a match. And if one is a match, I'm not on the waiting list. I'm just going right in.
They can.
You betcha.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm glad to share this information because I don't know if people really understand like how long that waiting process is. Sure, dialysis is horrible, and you face it 3 times a week, but you get to go on the donor list finally, and how exciting it is. But people think, I think in people's minds, they think, the donor list, so things a little bit, it's like 3 to 5 years. If you just told me, I'm just like.
And you have to be evaluated to even be put on the list. You're evaluated by like 5 different departments and a surgeon in this. And if you don't have prescription coverage, you're not even on the list. Because if you don't have prescription coverage, your anti-rejection medicines, pills, are $7,000 a month. So if you don't have insurance, you're not on the list. If you're diabetic and you don't take care of it, you can't go on the list. If you're way overweight, you can't go on the list until you lose some weight. So it's pretty strict.
No, these are important things, I think, for the audience to even hear. If any of you are facing, or heaven forbid, have to face these things, please listen to Diane and get ahead of the game on this. I want to go back to the list. You can do state and you can do national. But I would just think logically you would want to be on every list.
But you have to be, if they call you, you have to be able to be there in 24 hours. If you don't, they go next one down the list. So they tell you, leave your cell phone on all night long. If you don't recognize the number, answer it anyway, just in case.
Have a bag packed all times.
Pretty much. And one thing I did find out is, because I've been on dialysis since December 26th of 18, So if I can go on the list, say this June, that will count, or June of 20, that'll count, I've already been on the list for almost 2 years.
Oh, so it
They
can
go back to when you started
It
dialysis.
can be
Yes, that counts as your time on the list.
retroactive.
Mhm.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yes.
Your joy that you carry before this, during this, and continuing on is you live in the moment.
You have to. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. I know that when I died that one time. Yeah. In between this fistula, it's called a fistula, where they took 3 surgeries to get it. Between the fistula and when I died, my massage therapist tells me I'm her only bionic zombie. It's like, okay, that's good. I'll take that title.
See, I mean, you can always, you're good for always a good joke with it too. I mean, you're never offended by anything, and your presence and who you are has touched me so much, because this is what the holidays is about, is living the moment and being happy and knowing that tomorrow's not guaranteed. So what I did was I chose you, Diane, to be my first glamour makeup
All right.
for the holidays.
Okay.
I want to paint my first holiday face for what the holiday's about. And that's the joy that you bring, that you live, and remind me every day. So, if you'll allow me the honor, I'd like to take you over to the makeup studio. And
I'm ready. Make me cute.
I love you so much. Okay, when doing a mature woman's makeup, one of the first things you want to do is use primer. You know, what primer can do?
Can I say one more thing before we get into makeup?
Sure, honey, whatever you want.
Right, okay. I just wanted to mention about donors. We were talking about kidney transplants before. If you are a kidney donor, you don't pay a penny. University of Michigan, which is where I go, they pay 100% of all your hospitalization, all your testing, all your costs, anything you need. You don't pay a penny, you don't get a bill. And if you want to donate a kidney, like say if my sister wants to donate to me, but she's not a match, if she says I'll donate a kidney anyway, then that puts me number 1 on the list for the next kidney that I'm a match with. So it's something to think about.
And so she could go ahead and donate
Yes.
her kidney just so
To
for
somebody
somebody
else.
but that puts you at the first of the list.
Yes.
And that's so cool. They pay
It is cool.
100%.
100%.
So it doesn't cost a donor anything.
Nothing. Yeah.
That's what Christmas is. That's what
Yes,
giving
it
is
is.
all about.
Yes.
That's the gift of love.
Yes.
When doing a mature woman's makeup, there's one thing that's very important is primers. Now primers, we've talked about before, they help the makeup from sinking in. Well, as we mature, our pores also get bigger. But there's also another plus to primers. They can fill in just the fine lines. Because what you're doing is you're putting a barrier cream over everything. And so what you're going to do, you can do it with your fingers or a sponge. You're going just over the face. And you want to hit everything. Now, as you're putting that on, like I'm going to go back over here twice around the crow's feet, and that fills those little fine lines in. So not only are you creating something that will allow your makeup to stay on longer, you're also hiding the fine lines that we're all spending a fortune on products to constantly get rid of. And most all makeup lines have a primer. So now what I've done is I put that on over, correct? So I'm just going to kind of like lightly breeze that. Let it set for just a minute. And now I want to go back over some of the places where we have fine lines. Now you want to dab here. You don't want to wipe. Because your underneath is still just shell coated, it's still drying. So if you just dab it on the fine lines, you're getting twice the protection and a filler. So I'm just dabbing it on just, we all have a different face, we all have a different place. We have all those fine little lines. Gone. My first holiday creation.
Yeah.
Want to see?
Yes.
Yeah, I wish I would.
Oh my. Okay. Okay then.
Well,
Yeah. Yay.
yay. I love the hair. I like what the texture it does to your hair.
Yeah, I like it too. You don't even feel it.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
But it has good memory.
Yeah.
I
like
love-
anything with a memory. I'll
Yeah.
read it
I
on.
love the short hair on you, by the way.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you.
Well, we hope you have a happy holidays.
I hope you do too.
Well, due to you, I hope we all say, or have learned to say the moment
Yes.
and enjoy this season, all 12 months of it.
12 months of it. Absolutely.
Oh, my dear.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for watching and be sure to subscribe.
Yes.
See you on the next video.